Alrighty, everybody, we are back with our next episode of TEW9, the War of Immortals save. We are here with Primetime Wrestling, so let's take a quick look at last week's episode, where our pre-show started with Bad News Allen defeating Ken Patera, Bobby and Tony talking about the matches that were coming up on the card. We had the Midnight Express defeat the Killer Bees for the World Tag Titles. We had Greg Valentine Bobby Heenan and Sid talk about the upcoming match at Saturday night's main event, where a new superstar had debuted. Greg the Hammer Valentine defeated Tenryu for the $1 million title. Rick Martel made his choice. Strike Force is going after the World Tag Team titles at Midnight Express. Then we had Strike Force defeat Cowboy Bob and Don Morocco. Harley Race talks about how he's going to take that U.S. title from Barry Windham. And we had the Fantastics defeat Big John Studd and Kamala. We had Andre warn Jerry Lawler about teasing him. Then Andre defeated Haku. Roddy Piper had talked about how he's done with Muta, and at Saturday night's main event he is going to put him down. Then in our 8-man tag match we had Roddy Piper, Harley Race, and the Freebirds defeat the New Horsemen of Arn, Tully, Barry, and Sid. So let's hop. I'm going to go through and book our show, and then we'll be right back. We are back. We have the show booked out, so let's head right into it with our first pre-show match. In a decent pre-show match, Stan Lane defeated Genichiro Tenryu in 9:31 by submission. The crowd heat is expectant and simmering. The wrestling rating got a 71. The crowd got a 62. That got us a 77. Tenryu had a 76. Stan Lane had a 66. Tony and Bobby work extremely well. Jim Cornette did good work at ringside, and Stan Lane and Jim Cornette have great chemistry. So let's head to our next pre-show match. In a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling but non-existent crowd heat, Cowboy Bob Orton and Magnificent Morocco defeated the Fantastics in 12:28 when Bob Orton pinned Bobby Fulton. The wrestling rating was a 58. The crowd is a 37. The segment got a 65. Tommy Rogers had a 52. Bobby Fulton had a 57. Bob Orton had a 57. And Don Morocco had a 65. Tony and Bobby work extremely well on commentary. The commentary lifted it. The color commentary gave it a boost. And Tommy Rogers is getting better at his gimmick. So let's head in to our first segment of the night. I figured that wasn't going to work. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another huge night in WWFC. We have an incredible card lined up tonight featuring alliances you never thought you'd see and rivalries reaching a boiling point. Oh, Tony, don't act surprised when winners get together. Great things happening tonight is a perfect example of that. In our main event, it's not really the main event, an explosive 6-man tag match, Barry Windham and Sid Vicious joined forces with the dangerous Great Muta to take on Roddy Piper, Harley Race, and Razor Ramon. Are you kidding me? That's power, speed, brains, and pure destruction all on one team. Piper, Race, and Ramon might not even make it to the locker room in one piece. Plus, we'll see Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in singles action tonight, but his opponent is listed as a mystery friend of Ric Flair. And that's how champions operate, Tony. Flair always has an ace up his sleeve. Whoever the mystery man is, Steamboat is in for a very long night. And in tag team action, we'll see Arn and Tully, the New Horsemen, in the ring against a debuting tag team here in the WWFC. Now, I feel bad for those rookies already. Arn and Tully don't welcome people. They break them in. And it's all happening tonight. Don't go anywhere. This is WWFC action you don't want to miss. Sit back, enjoy the show, and remember who told you. So when my guys clean house. The crowd heat is hot and rising. The segment got us an 89. It advanced all of our segments, all of our stories. Bobby Heenan improvised well. Tony Schiavone was superb without working with a script. The Bobby Heenan benefited from having a hot catchphrase. The angle got the crowd hotter, got the crowd off to a strong start. So let's head in to our opening contest of the night. In a decent match, the Texas Tornado defeated Hiroshi Hase in 13:09 by pinfall. The crowd is white hot. The wrestling got a 69. The crowd got a 64. The segment got us a 78. Tornado got a 70. Hase got a 69. That advanced the Texas Tornado Brody storyline. Tornado was off his game. Tony and Bobby work extremely well on commentary, and the crowd got the match hotter. Now, look, Tornado hasn't been putting in good performances at all. Like a 70, and the dude's in like 70 to 80 range in popularity, and he's just giving us 70s. So, I don't know how much longer we're going to keep him around, if at all. He's just not putting in the work. He's kind of just coasting through. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. So let's head to our next segment here. Oh, great. Everybody keeps asking the same question. Who's next? Who thinks they're tough enough, smart enough, or stupid enough to take this championship from me? This is the $1 million championship, and it doesn't belong to show offs, loudmouths, or pretenders. It belongs to a man who breaks people down piece by piece. So I'm issuing an open challenge to anybody in the WWFC locker room. You don't have to like me. You don't have to respect me. All you have to do is step into the ring with the hammer. And when you do, I'm going to take you apart slow. I'm going to make you tap. I'm going to make you quit. And when it's over, this championship stays exactly where it is. So whoever thinks they've got what it takes, come on out. Just remember one thing. Everybody breaks. Eventually. So it advanced his storyline at the commentary quality, lifted it, the color commentary gave it a boost, and it got a 70, so that's not bad. I'm assuming. Yeah, it's also just from the hot crowd and everything, so that's great. So let's head to his open challenge. In a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, Wahoo McDaniels defeated Greg Valentine in 10:05 by pinfall with his tomahawk chop. Wahoo wins the $1 million title. The crowd heat is very hot. The wrestling rating got a 68. The crowd got a 72. The segment got us a 76. Greg had a 66. Wahoo had a 70. Wahoo debuted his Native American gimmick, and it got an adequate. It advanced the storyline. This was just a quick way to get the title off of Greg. I have different plans for him, and am changing everything up with him. So the creative finish that I used was a success. Oh, Greg and Wahoo had great chemistry and showed in their performances. Tony and Bobby worked extremely well. Let's just check out his gimmick. Losses hurt momentum more than usual. That's not surprising with it. Okay, so let's head to the next segment. Barry and Windham. I've been in this sport longer than you've been dreaming about holding that United States Championship. I've fought champions, I've broken champions, and I've ended careers. At SummerSlam, I don't care how talented you are, I don't care how proud you are, and I don't care how many people are cheering your name. I'm walking into that ring with one goal, to walk out as the new WWFC United States Champion. I'll beat you with your strength, I'll beat you with your experience, and if I have to, I'll beat you by any means necessary. Barry Windham, you're a fine athlete, but you're standing across from the man who refuses to lose. At SummerSlam, when the bell rings, you will look across the ring and realize the truth. You're not leaving with that title. I am. So the crowd heat is very hot. The segment got a 92. Harley enjoyed having the freedom to go off script. It performed well, and it also advanced the Barry and Harley storyline. So let's head to our next segment. In a wild brawl that had good wrestling and decent heat, decent reaction from the crowd, Bruiser Brody defeated Demolition Axe in 10:04 with his running knee drop. The crowd heat is very hot. The wrestling rating got a 79. The crowd got a 62. It got us a 79. Axe had a 73. Brody had a 84. It advanced the Tornado Bruiser storyline. The match suffered because of lack of selling. And Tony and Bobby worked extremely well on commentary. So, let's just see. I just penalized for the lack of selling. That's not too bad. Okay, so let's head to our next segment. Andre the Giant. For weeks now, I've heard your name. I've felt your shadow. And I've listened to the people tell me how big you are, how strong you are, how unstoppable you're supposed to be. Let me tell you something. Being big doesn't mean you're unbeatable. At SummerSlam, I'm not stepping into the ring with a myth. I'm stepping into the ring with a man. And a man. And that man is going to fall. Andre, I'm going to put you down. I'm going to knock you off that pedestal. I'm going to show everybody in the WWFC exactly why I'm called the King of Wrestling. You could try to crush me, you could try to scare me, but when that bell rings, size won't matter. Because heart, brains, and fire beat strength every single time. So, Andre, enjoy being the giant while it lasts, because at SummerSlam, the King reigns supreme. Yeah, so the crowd heat is very hot. The segment got a 73, which is kind of bad. I really thought that Jerry would put on better performances. So it advanced the Andre Jerry Lawler storyline in color